What, man? Why everybody has blown me up to check this out, man? Blown me out. And I told y'all this thing is funny. Get spicy. You're sweeter. Get your people are still eating popcorn. This has been such a very entertaining time for a lot of people, man. You know, even though we got the negatives and the positives, and just absolutely, but let's go and jump in, man. The title of this video, everybody been sending it to me. Joe Biden returns to the 2024 race. Will challenge Kamala at DNC convention. Democrats rage. Oh boy. Everybody say, Rick, you gotta react to this and check out this video from Benny. Let's go and jump in. This is gonna get real interesting. Don't know what I'm getting myself into. Most of the time I do, most of the time I don't. It's half and half, man. Cause we don't know what to expect, man. From me recording this right now, all the way to November, and even after November, we don't know what to expect, man. You know, we are in big trouble. This country, we are failing, man. We are declining. We are a laughing stock. It's been a circus, a show. No sugarcoating it, man. A show. You know, policies that put America last. Policies that have failed. The Biden-Harris ticket. And in my opinion, the Biden-Walz ticket, it looks even worse. Oh, radical. Boy, you just can't make this up, man. And now they're still in Trump's, oh man, you just can't make this stuff up. I'm telling y'all, man, it gets sweeter and spicier every day. Let's jump in, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. Love to my brothers and sisters around the world. One love to the human race. We wishing the best in everybody's life in this fast time travel that we live in, man. Things got to change and we got to get back on track, man. For real.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. I'm addressing you tonight because I have something very important to share with you. I'm not leaving. Kamala is so much worse than we thought. I'm running again. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. There's this old saying that goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Can't make it drink. Yeah. Daddy used to say that all the time, man. Rest in peace to Daddy. Rest in peace to Rick Sr., man. You can lead it to the water, but you can't make it drink. But I love that intro though, man. Puppets. And again, once Biden's strings broke and he got torn up, they had to get their new puppet with in there. Got to get him replaced. Pull the strings again.
What does that mean? That means that this gigantic animal, you ever stood next to a horse, you ever ridden a horse? I mean, these things are massive, right? This gigantic animal that is bigger and stronger than you can't make it do something it doesn't want to do. And horses that don't want to walk a certain area or don't want to eat a certain thing or don't want to do a certain thing, they'll resist, and then they'll straight up kick you and break your skull if you try and force them to do it. So watch out, right? And so let's put into that saying Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the old stubborn mule, a jackass as it were, which is of course the icon of the Democrat Party. Joe Biden, the old stubborn mule, for weeks, for years actually, continued to say that he will not drop out, that he is going to run and beat Donald Trump. And nothing on earth can get him to drop out. not Obama, not Pelosi, not the Clintons, not the donors. No one's going to stop him. This is something that Joe Biden said regularly and on the record. He's the old horse. And while the corporate press continue to try and force him to drink, right? Drink the milkshake, like get out of the race, Joe Biden continues to say things like this.
Post just reported in the last hour.
This was like a month
Senator
ago,
Mark Warner
by the way.
is assembling a group of senators together to try and convince you to stand down because they don't think you can win.
Well, Mark is a good man. We've never had that. He also tried to get the nomination too. Mark's not. Mark and I have a different perspective. I respect him.
And if Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and Nancy Pelosi come down and say, we're worried that if you stay in the race, we're going to lose the House and the Senate, how will you respond?
I go into detail with them. I've spoken to all of them in detail, including Jim Clyburn. Every one of them. They all said I should stay in the race. Stay in the race. None of the people said I should leave.
But if they do?
Well, it's like...
Listen to this. So George Stephanopoulos, he goes through all of the most powerful people in the Democrat Party. And Joe Biden says, those people don't matter to me. What they say don't matter to me, and I'm staying in the race. And then this happens.
We're not going to do that.
You sure?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Look, I mean, if the Lord Almighty came down and said, Joe, get out of the race, I get out of the race, the Lord Almighty's not coming down.
Well, there we go.
It's crazy how this all aged, man. It's been one time, I tell you, man, to see how everything is aging, and as we go back and see these interviews and stuff, man, I tell you, boy. I'm telling you, people have not put down the popcorn yet, man. You probably still chewing right now, having a good time. Bring me a slushie. Can y'all bring me a slushie too? Thank you. This popcorn's getting a little salty. Yeah, man, this has been one. This 2024 has been one time to be alive, man. One time to be alive. But again, we are in trouble, man. You know? And when I say that, I mean that we're very weak right now. We don't know what to expect, y'all. And something big is coming, and a lot of people are not going to be ready for it, man. Just saying.
So Joe Biden calls himself a Catholic, okay? Not for me to judge, but I can tell you this. As somebody of the Christian tradition, it's a very, very strange thing to say that the Lord isn't coming back and the Lord isn't coming down. That's kind of it's a cornerstone of Christian tradition, actually, and belief that the Lord is coming back. And it's a very strange thing to say that the Lord couldn't get you to move. But nonetheless, this is what Joe Biden said, blasphemous as it is. So let's just take him at his word. Joe Biden said, God himself couldn't get me to move. Like echoing kind of echoing the words of the captain of the Titanic. God himself could not get me out of the race. This is what Joe Biden's official stance was a month ago. Baby. Articles all over the place, behind the curtain, Joe Biden's salvation plan. Joe Biden has zero interest in stepping aside. When was this published? What's the date on this? July 1st. This was 1 month ago. July 1st. Biden has zero interest in stepping aside. First Lady Jill Biden and key family members and friends agree, according to people they regularly talk with, Joe Biden will not drop out of the race. Everyone said, Jill loves too much being president. Look at Jill literally sitting at Joe Biden's desk with the presidential seal on it and the jacket that says Biden. We were living out Joe Biden's total delusion. It's amazing. Tucker Carlson called it from a mile away, saying that Joe Biden doesn't get that choice, okay, and that the powers that be will force them out eventually. But nonetheless, Joe Biden stayed in the race. Joe Biden stayed in the race. Joe Biden tweeted, I'm staying in the race. I'm the candidate. I will beat Donald Trump, is what Joe Biden said. Joe Biden posted that 24 hours before dropping out. What happened, ladies and gentlemen, many people here, of course, saying that Joe Biden was going to stay in the race, that all the forces and all the powers around Joe Biden were forcing him to stay in the race. Remember, even after the debate, Jill Biden said, "We're so proud of you. You answered every question."
You did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the...
I would be so mad. I told y'all when we first seen that. Treated Joe like he was 3. Like he was 6 years old. Like Joe was 5 years. Treated Joe like he was 5. You answered 2 plus 2. You said it was 7. Yay, Joe. At least you gave an answer, even if it was wrong. I would be so mad. If I got embarrassed like that, man. That right there would have ended relationships. That would have ended marriages. Yeah, man. Live on TV. And he just smiling. Don't know what's going on. Unbelievable. Can't make this up. That's what them Patriots say. You just can't make this up, man. 2024 has been one time to be alive, man.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do?
Look at that image. The lasting image of the decaying Biden dynasty, right? It's like your psychotic Chardonnay, Xanaxed up, pill popping wife. Joe Biden lobotomized in the back. I wanted Joe Biden in the race. But boy, the long knives were out. You can go back and look at these old Kamala Harris clips and see what was happening there. Kamala Harris saying that Joe Biden's alive. And that should count for something.
Not able to run, that there would be a free-for-all for who would run as president.
This interview is from like last year, by the way.
Because Joe Biden is very much alive and running for re-election.
Joe Biden's very much alive. Oh, man. Donald Trump suggests Biden may try to take back the nomination. Oh, boy. Here we go. So, this is a wild news cycle. And we live in wild times. And I got to tell you, while I thought I'd seen everything, hadn't seen nothing yet. Joe Biden did drop out, and I post on X. Did Joe Biden actually drop out? I mean, his signature doesn't match. Did Joe Biden know that he dropped out? Well, his signature doesn't match on his dropout letter. It's pretty much obvious that it's a forged signature. There's never another example of Joe Biden underlining his signature. And this pithy little letter that's posted up here, Joe Biden gave no comments on it, no video remarks, just posted the letter to X. Would you look at that? The most viral thing Joe Biden ever did, by the way, seen by nearly 500 million people. Donald Trump saying, what are the chances that crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in history in the U.S., whose presidency was unconstitutionally stolen by him by Kamala, Barack Hussein Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Shifty Adam Schiff, and crying Chuck Schumer, and the other lunatic left, crashes the Democrat National Convention and tries to take back the nomination, beginning with challenging me to another debate. He feels he has a historically tragic mistake by handing over the U.S. presidency, a coup, to people that he hates most in the world, and he wants it back now. Donald Trump suggesting that Joe Biden is coming back to the race. Now, again, and we have so much evidence of this, Joe Biden didn't want to leave the race. Joe Biden said that God himself, Lord have mercy, could not get him to drop out of the race. What does that mean? Joe Biden posted on X just hours before dropping out that he wasn't going to drop out. What does it mean? I mean, I think it means somebody hacked his X account and wrote the letter, forged the signature, and posted it and said, sorry, it's already done. You have no say here. You have no choice. It's crazy. All of the details and reporting on this really does make it seem like a mafia operation. That there was just like visit after visit after visit to Joe Biden and be like, we're going to destroy you. We're going to break open the Oppo file on you, and we're going to wreck your life. It's a mafia shakedown. So the internet is awash in interesting takes on what may happen next. Biden is an old horse, an old mule, and he's very, very stubborn. And he's not taking this very lightly, according to reports. Hearing Biden wants back in the race, finally taking some time to realize what his friends did to him, leading up to his dropout letter posted on X Sunday afternoon. The quiet word is that Jill Biden hasn't given up the fight for the White House. Bad blood, yelling and fighting with Kamala. Things are about to get hilariously embarrassing for the left. Yeah, well, let's pop some popcorn for that one.
I told you, everybody been eating popcorn, man. And people are still eating popcorn right now.
Hear me out on this. The quiet failure to discourage the Waltz pick is really a four-dimensional chess being played by Obama to establish an empirical fact that Harris is a doofus surrounded by morons who will bungle her way into a loss. The controversy swallowing up Waltz for the last 8 days and Harris for picking him after claiming Biden was sharp as ever will lay the foundation for the monetary support to dry up, the endorsements to be withdrawn, forcing Harris to decline the nomination in Chicago. The third day of the convention, we'll see the announcement of a Kelly Shapiro ticket. This would be the senator from Arizona and the governor of Pennsylvania. Harris' consolation prize being given that she gets to pull the chute on Joe, 25th Amendment move, making technically the first woman president. Final shiv in the back to Hillary Clinton. Michael Corleone on his way out of New York and heading to Nevada. I don't know, man. It's getting some pickup. Hundreds of thousands of people saying this is not going well. This isn't going well. The whole way they did the whole operation was crazy. Joe Biden with this medical emergency, the escape out of Las Vegas. Joe Biden is supposed to be a keynote speaker at the DNC convention in Chicago. This is 1 week from now. So we'll see what happens. But many people are saying that, like Jack, are saying that there's some bad days ahead. The convention hasn't happened yet. Biden should declare he's running for president. Something to consider, DNC rules allows the pick and the replacement of the nominee to drop out. An early nomination means that the theoretical eventual nominee, Biden replacement, can be featured at the convention. There's a strategy to the acceleration. Filling a vacancy on the national ticket. In the event of death or resignation or disability, the nominee for the party for president, vice president, after the adjournment of the National Convention of the Democratic National Committee shall confer the Democrat leadership of the United States Democrat National Committee, which is authorized to fill the vacancy. So they can put up anyone they want. And they've proven that. They can put up anybody they want. So we'll see. We'll see. The Bidens are stubborn horses and stubborn people, and they've just been backstabbed by all their friends. A perfect example of this, of course, crystallized is Nancy Pelosi being asked the question, have you spoken with Joe Biden after you destroyed? So apparently it was Nancy Pelosi. It was Nancy the entire time, right? Oh, she's such a wicked witch. With friends like these, right? Harry Truman says, if you want a friend in Washington, get a dog. With friends like these, Nancy Pelosi apparently the entire time was the one who shivved Joe Biden, and the one who threatened Joe Biden. They'll remove him from office for being mentally incompetent. She was asked about her relationship with Joe Biden after the fact, and I think this answer tells you everything.
They make their own judgment and their own statement.
Have you spoken to President Biden since he dropped out?
No, I have not.
Do you hope to?
Yes, I hope to.
Yeah.
We're all busy.
Is everything okay with your relationship?
You'd have to ask him, but I hope so. But he knows. Look, I have loved Joe Biden, respected him for over 40 years. Mm-hmm. I was party chair in California, then I became member of Congress, and then one thing, other housewife, House member, House Speaker, working with him all along. I think he has made one of the biggest contributions to our country in the shortest period of time.
She said Joe Biden should be on Mount Rushmore. Ma'am, breathe in this walkie-talkie. Breathe in that walkie-talkie, ma'am. Oh, hands behind your back. You're coming with us, Nancy. You're 4 times above the legal limit.